All right, another one from the Honeycutters here on WNCW as they play live this afternoon before the big unveiling of Me Oh My, or the CD release show. Thanks again to you and to Organic Records for allowing us to have a few extra copies in advance of the advance for our spring fund drive that was a good month or so ago, and we were able to send some to some folks who made pledges, so thanks for that.
I hope they enjoyed them.
Yeah. Great songs on here, Amanda. That one, Texas 81, maybe not. Maybe was that one not so autobiographical?
Well, no, it was actually a friend of mine told me this story about his parents that he had just kind of learned, in his adult life, and so it was interesting. And it was just an interesting story to me. I think part of it was because his mother is the one that really left, the dad with the kids, and that something about that just really sparked my interest, and so I wrote that song. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, "Oh, I thought that it was from like the female perspective," and I was like, "No, I'm trying to be the dad there."
Yeah.
Matt likes that one.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have that creative outlet that you've got, because you're so good at it, of kind of creating these characters. It's like being a playwright or something, creating a whole play sometimes, and all these characters.
They all live in my brain.
Do they?
It's really noisy.
Yeah. I wonder if the same characters maybe would sometimes come out in different songs, later on.
I think they do.
They do.
Yeah, I think like
unconsciously.
Marie from our first record, I think she comes up a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And can you often place them to real people, or do they often feel like just?
I think they're really probably all just me.
Okay, different shades of Amanda.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So you guys do spend a lot of time on the road, and what's your rig? It's an old van. I think it's named Toby or something.
It is named Toby, yes. Toby, the big white van.
Oh, that's a good name.
We named him for Toby Keith.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't know if we really
sold
did
it to you?
He was like, "I will give you this van, but you have to name it after me." No, it's a 2002 Chevy conversion van. It says Cobra on it. I guess that was like the conversion. Every time I tell somebody we have a Chevy Cobra van, they're like, "That doesn't exist." I'm like, "Yes, it does."
It's out of print.
In my driveway.
There it is. Well, what's the hardest part about being on the road?
Oh, man.
Just keeping the van running, says Rick.
We've had a couple of summers of really rough van stuff.
We ask a lot of it.
We do. We basically were like, here, carry like 3,000 pounds all the way across the country.
Yeah, that's
multiple times in a summer. But yeah, last summer we broke down in Montana. It was like the end. We did a 5-week tour, and like the end was in sight. We were like, okay, we played our last gig, and we're leaving in the morning. We're gonna be home Sunday night. We're just gonna drive all the way through. And then we were at the hotel, and Josh called me in the morning because he had gone down to the mechanic, and he was like, man, we're not gonna be able to leave until Monday night. And I was just like standing, and these guys were all sleeping in the hotel, and I could like see them, and I was like, it was like, don't wake the babies, like, don't let them know, don't let them know yet.
Let them dream their peaceful dreams, because it'll be a nightmare when the dream is shattered in the morning.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. So we ended up we had a 4-day detour in Bozeman, Montana. We got to know the local scene there a little bit.
Yeah, worse places to get stuck, maybe.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We just had Charles Humphrey of the Steep Canyon Rangers here this morning, and he was talking about life on the road a little bit and their big bus, and they're like leaving at meeting it and departing at 3 a.m. tonight, and it's like, woof.
Oh, man.
So we talked about how rough it can be on the road. So, and we talked about some of the music they listen to. Sure, they listen to bluegrass, but reggae is often a big thing they put on. What about you guys? Is there any particular things that are always in the cassette player? No, it's a little older than that. You're old Toby. He's not that old. He has a CD player,
although the
right?
CD player
which
is
also
not actually
dates
attached to the. It's kind of like floating. It's never installed properly. We listen to a lot of Dwight Yoakam, George Strait, Tom Petty. We like his new album, which is not that new anymore.
Everybody's iPod makes
All the different iPods get. Oh yeah, driver's choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's got kind of a different thing going.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool. Well, like I said, you've got a bunch of shows coming up, so you'll be doing a fair amount of traveling. But actually, most of it's in the area. Just a few forays, like up to New York. But
Yeah, I think
not
we've
too
got
far.
some stuff that's not announced yet that's going to be in July that might
Okay.
take us a little bit further out. But yeah, we have no plans right now to go out to the West Coast, which is usually what we do in the summer. So
yeah,
it'll be nice, kind of enjoy Asheville summer a little bit more. It's
good.
been a while since I've seen Asheville summer.
Yeah, yeah. And now this might be a real hard question, or maybe a real easy question. Where do you all want to be 5 years from now? Where would you love to be?
Right in this chair.
Oh, well, all right then. I will mark a spot in the calendar. Let's give her a little extra. What can we give her, Dennis? That was nice.
Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers is about all
we'll
we got.
play for Jollyland.
Mountain Valley Springwater over there. No, like, as a band, like, would you like to, I don't know, do you see yourselves wanting to move to Nashville? Do you see yourselves wanting to?
Well, I mean, me personally, I don't see myself
Okay.
moving to Nashville. I love Nashville. I think as a city, it can be. I have trouble living in big cities. I'm kind of a small town girl just because I get overwhelmed really
Yeah.
easily. So I enjoy them for a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I hope that in 5 years we're still doing it. I mean, I'd love it if these guys were still with me, but I'll understand if they get sick of me. They don't want to ride in the van anymore when it only has one wheel and yeah, I mean, just to be able to keep doing music for a living is I feel really lucky to be able to do that right now. And obviously in 5 years I hope we're slightly escalated in where we're at, and we have some more people coming to see us and all that. But yeah, I don't know. Taking it day by day by day.
That sounds good. Day by day. All right. The Honeycutters here on WNCW, and the release show is tonight at ISIS, and then they're going to Shikori. They're going to Horizon Records. They're coming back to the area for Merle Fest. You were you got a songwriting award or finalist thing back in 2011 at Merle Fest,
I
right?
was like, I did? Did I win something?
Did you enter again this year?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was a few years ago, and so that now you'll be back there for that show on Friday at Merle Fest, and then a bunch of other shows. You can keep up with them at honeycutters.com.